Hey, good afternoon. My name is Jerry Mead, Transportation Executive and Board of Advisory for FLX Systems.
Hello, I'm John Thompson, President and Founder of FLX Systems.
You know, John and I have hunted a lot of wild turkeys recently, and I see a lot of friends out here in the crowd and colleagues. But John, can you tell us all a little bit more about FLX Systems?
Sure, FLX Systems is focused on developing solutions for the deskless workforce. And today we're going to spend a little time talking about our visual proof technology. Visual proof is an application technology developed to protect the fleets in our litigious society. Basically, we pulled together a seamless solution for DVIRs, gathering critical data around maintenance, and a very comprehensive accident reporting system.
You know, John, that's one thing. I love the name Visual Proof, and a picture says 1,000 words. You know, a lot of people don't know there's 500,000 trucking companies, about 12.5 million trucks on the road. You know, federal government says, hey, I got to do a pre-trip and post-trip, also known as a DVIR. And one of the hallmarks for a quality program is it starts with that DVIR. Show me about how FLX Systems has solved that issue and how it can drive some quality in.
Jerry, we take a little bit different approach. Our whole thought process is we need to make sure we capture every aspect of the inspection, and not just the things that were not correct on the truck, but everything that was. So you'll see here we start with entering the equipment ID. We also can actually enter a trailer ID because the type of trailer can certainly dictate the steps of the inspection process. This can also be scanned or entered from the onboard technology. We also gather the mileage information on the equipment at the time, which is certainly critical for our maintenance information. You'll see here the key is once that we enter the data, we actually load the system's camera. It's loaded up on the device, and we load a series of interactive overlays that provide the driver step-by-step instructions on what to do during that inspection process. We can see here that basically the system will prompt them to inspect the windshield. We can pass that. The headlights, we're going to fail this one, pretend like there's a crack in it, but we'll pass these on out. And when you complete that inspection process, it'll prompt you to sign it, authorize you have completed the inspection. The neat thing that happens here is it comes back and provides the driver actually a snapshot of the piece of equipment that had the fail on the inspection. They can actually enter a note here. And then when they push submit, this information is sent directly to appropriate contacts at the company, whether it's the maintenance department, the leadership team, or whatever, to go ahead and schedule a repair on that piece of equipment, and also make arrangements to get that load where it needs to be as quick as possible.
You know, John, and I think that's a key when you think about it is that backside, that instantaneous fix, is when you start chasing down repairs, there's a required signature over the road. And I think this technology, when you really look at it, it solves that ability and really brings and mirrors those two together and really helps me be compliant. But you know, that's DVIRs. Really, when you think about it, accidents is a commonplace. You look at the recent FMCSA study that was released in March. You know, it talked about 2017 and 2016, and there was a 9% increase in accidents. And really, when you think about accidents, I want instantaneous reporting. And typically, we have this little camera maybe or something in this glove box. How can we solve that issue and really drive some more coverage when it comes to accidents?
So, you know, one of the things we spend a lot of time talking about to the risk management teams across a lot of different companies, a lot of different industries, and what we learned is nobody can ever get enough information. So it's very important they get the correct information. So in the event a driver is involved in an accident, once again, they enter their equipment ID and then any type of other information such as mileage that's critical to the report. Same thing here. We open up the video camera and provide a series of interactive overlays that step that driver through everything that needs to be done at that site of that accident. So it's really important here because for the risk management team to have control of what these overlays are and to help that driver through that situation. So obviously the ability to create a video and speak a narrative of describing what happened in that accident scene, the ability to take photos on anything specific around the accident. So it takes every step through there. When they complete it, they simply stop and complete their inspection. And here. And then actually we have the ability to sign that they've completed the accident report. Now, here's what's really cool, Jerry, is that as soon as that happens, it prompts them and gives them the opportunity to upload those still images and add any notes. This information is sent directly to the risk management team. So when they're walking around, they get a text on their phone or an email through that comes into them knowing, hey, an accident has happened with one of your drivers, and they have instant visibility to this data and information. They can review it, look at it, make sure it's everything they need to protect the fleet in the event of a lawsuit. But it also provides them the opportunity to go back and communicate with that driver and request additional footage or pictures of information that may not have been effectively captured during the reporting process.
You know, John, in today's litigious society where virtually there's ads for truck accident lawyers on TVs and on commercials, and you think about it, I mean, virtually I'm right there at the site, and what risk management person doesn't want to be there, and it's like being there with the photos. But that's two big things. We talk about accidents, DVRs, but a guy in my position, we want to look at reporting. I want to look at the quality of data, what's coming in, and how can I slice and dice it very easily to see what's happening to drive quality in my system.
Right. So there's what our system does is we take and accumulate all that information into one location in one panel here, and you'll notice that we'll take a look. Actually, this is the inspection we just conducted a minute ago. And you'll see that we capture all the data around the equipment, who did the inspection, actually grab the longitude and latitude directions for the mapping of where it took place, and the signature of the driver. We also can actually review here the video footage I took of while we were up here on stage. And we can also have instant access, once again, to view the pictures that were taken here in the report. Now, the neat thing about that is in the event there was an accident or something that we need to see other data about this specific piece of equipment, we can actually expand this and go in and have visibility to all the DVIRs that have been conducted in the past on this piece of equipment, along with any work orders that are captured that log the repair of that. So in this part of the system, this is actually where we take those work orders and go from there.
Well, perfect. There's a lot to cover. Hope everyone comes sees us at our kiosk, and we'll show you more about our app. Thank you.